Greetings and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do another warrior replacement. We're going to take out an S-class warrior and replace it with a B-class warrior. And the reason for this is because of the skill set of the two warriors. The S-class does debuffing. It actually does debuffing of attack of the enemies. The problem is, one, it's not quite as useful as what the B-class warrior does, which is control, long-term stunning. And besides, we're already getting the same effect that the S-class warrior is doing from one of our support heroes on the castle. So I think it's a good thing to try, because at the moment, I am kind of stuck again. Now, since we last got together, we did do a lot of increases. We did some upgrades of our heroes, and we were able to conquer the level we were stuck at, which I do believe was 5824. Now, we left off at 5825. Since then, I did have some stops and goes along the way. You know, you get stuck someplace, you do it like 4 or 5 times, and eventually you win, and then you charge on for another 30 levels. It's very strange that way. Very random. I guess it really depends on what skills are used in what situations, right? Anyway, I have gotten all the way to 6006. And that is with almost no changes. The only change that I have done is I have one set of epic gear, and I gave it to Christian. He's sitting on the top there with the big old cannon. All right, let's just take a quick look at this, because it is substantially stuck. And what I want to do is I want to do the replacement and see if maybe we don't actually win, but maybe we can make it look a little bit better. And then we'll see about what other heroes we can upgrade to get past this. I have been saving up soul shards. I have about 3,000 for the hero in question, the one we're going to be ranking up, and that should get us to legendary. And I do have a lot of ascension stones, so that's not really a big problem. All right, as you can see, it is kind of busy here, and our castle wall is going down, so you get an idea of randomness isn't going to fix that. Believe me, I've run that about 10 times. It just isn't going to fix it. It actually ends worse than that sometimes. All right, so this is what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to try is we're going to do the replacement. So let's get going. All right. Oh, and by the way, in the meantime, I apparently got enough soul shards to rank up Julian. And we do want to keep Julian because he does stunning. It's seemingly not as many seconds as the lower ones, which is a little strange. We'll see that in a moment here. And I don't really think it's a matter of rank because, well, we'll take a look at it in a moment here. The fellow that is going to be losing his job is going to be Roderick, because basically he does debuffing of attack with this burning thing. The thing is that it's not a problem to lose it because Christian basically does the same thing with a whole lot more damage. And you can see he is the recipient of the only epic gear that I have. Now, the fellow that we're going to be working with today is right over here. This is Randolph, and I did level him up a bit, so it's going to save us a little bit on our materials, but getting him up to 2,000 is going to be very expensive. And, you know, the Ascension Stones, we shouldn't have any problem with that. It is going to use a lot of them, but I'm hoping it's not going to be something that's going to be a waste. So if you look at his skill here, he does a 30% chance for a 3-second stun. Now, if you look back at the other guy, I'm like, that's a little weird. Why is he only 1 second? I have no idea. Now, he has the same kind of skills as this fella who we actually put in here. And if you'll notice, it's a 60% for 3 seconds. And if you look at his last skill, it adds an extra 4 seconds to it. Now, one thing that's useful for him is he actually has this dodge. So, he can probably stay out there longer without being hurt as much, but we're looking for the control, and that is why we're going to be ranking him up. Now, I want to get him up to legendary. I have 3,131 soul shards here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And that's kind of the first thing we want to do here, because I want to see his skill set before we start pouring soul stones and money into him. All right, so let's start doing this. All right, and that's going to increase the duration of his stun by 1 second, but then again, we're going to start cranking him up a lot here. All right, and I'm not getting the sound, so it's doing weird stuff here. I'm not really sure what's going on. All right, and boom. Maybe I have it down on my end. I don't know. All right, let's just keep doing this because this is going to take a while. Because we started with common, we're an uncommon, and I want to get to legendary. I'd actually like to get the legendary 3-star so we could turn up his other skill. Did I do that with the other guy? I don't remember. I mean, we do have a lot of ascension stones. So what I want to do is I want to crank him up, put him in for Roderick, taking Roderick's armor off, of course, and see whether or not we can actually conquer that level. If it can look better, that would be good. We'll have to see. But I'm thinking another control individual out there would be good. All right, we're still in rare. Okay, well, his crit resistance, I guess that's his defense, resisting crits as opposed to just dodging. Okay, and you notice now his last skill is adding 3 seconds to the stun. All right, so let's go. He is now epic. Okay, and he's doing 800% damage, but we're really interested in the stunning. It's really the percentage that's going up for the stunning. We're getting the time increases here on the end. So right now, he's got a 50%. So if we crank him up again, it's probably going to be 60%. Yes, it's 60%. All right, so let's just keep going. I have plenty of ascension stones. The question is, do I have enough of the soul shards, right? And I do have more than 1,300 left, so shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so he is about to become legendary. So let's do the legendary thing. Like I said, I would like to get him to the 3-star so that we can get the nice buff over here, probably a higher percentage. And I don't think it's going to be a problem, so let's go. When we originally did this with Leonidas, we ran out. I could probably do it now. All right, let's just do this one more. Boom. Okay, so he's got a 70% chance to stun everybody in his area of attack for 3 seconds and then add an extra 4 seconds to it. So that's going to be his control. We're just going to leave him right there. Now, I do need to get him some armor. I just want to check. Oh, I stopped him at that. Okay, we could do that now because he would actually have that increased percentage too, but we're not going to do that right now. We may do that a little bit later here. All right, I'm going to need your armor. Sorry about that. All right, so let's throw this on him. This is what my... Okay, put that on. This is, of course, what my viewers have been telling me I need to do. All right, now, of course, we have a whole lot of levels to do. So let's start cranking them up here because we need to get him up to 2,000 like everybody else. I think everyone's at 2,000. I'm pretty sure they're at 2,000. It's just that it's very expensive at this point to level everybody else up. I mean, look, it says I can take him to 8,800. No, I can't. Because that would be so ridiculously expensive that I couldn't do that. All right, so we're closing in on 2,000. Hold on, a little bit more. A little bit more. All right, I don't want to go too far in there. So let's get him up to, boom, 2,000. Okay, so he has 600,000 health and 128,000 attack. What about the previous guy? Okay, you know what's interesting? The other guy seems to be higher on the attack, and this guy seems to be meatier. All right, and of course, this is really what we want. We want the extra control. All right, so I need to, of course, swap him out here. So you're gone, and we're going to put in, where is he? Right here. Boom, there we go. All right, so we now have 2 B-class warriors, and of course they're there because, well, they do control. And that's really what it comes down to. See, we're getting all of our damage up here at the top. we don't need the warriors doing damage. As a matter of fact, let's go over to here. If we just look at the last battle, look who's doing the damage, right? You got Marcus, you got Christian, you got Camilla over here, you got Evan here, and then of course you got Tristan, and then Harold, and then Luke. And then look at the drop-off between Luke and Blake, because these guys down here are the warriors, although you do have Xavier there. He's kind of falling back because we're not really doing much for him. Blake is by far the biggest damage dealer in terms of the warriors. And look, when you get down to Julian, it goes down into 2 digits in terms of the millions, where you get these guys are doing a lot. So these guys, we want them doing control. Whoa, look at the archers. My goodness, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah, upgrading is a little bit more difficult these days. All right, so let's do this. Let's see if there is any kind of a change here. We do have a new control warrior, so let's go. I don't expect it to be a complete win. We'll have to see. But I mean, if they can get the control down, that would be very useful. I mean, those guys are standing there for a long time, aren't they? I mean, they're getting some serious stunning in there. You can tell who's stunning them. If it's like Julian is only stunning for a short period of time, but some of them were standing there for a long time. Look at these guys here. They were standing there for a long time. Now, in some cases, you can see they're frozen. I'm guessing that was the archers. The archers still have one thing that they can do freezing with. This is looking better, though. As a matter of fact, I think they got this. Yeah, they do, don't they? Okay, so that one, I can't tell you how many times I ran that one to make sure they couldn't get any further. It must have been about 10. And you saw it yourself, how like really stuck I was. But you know what? The massive extra control definitely did do the job, didn't it? All right, let's just take a quick look at the numbers. All right, now, of course, all of our warriors are going to be down here. Look, our new buddy is all the way down at the bottom, barely doing any damage at all. But that's not why he's there, is it? He's there to do control, so these guys, whoa, look at Christian. I think that's the first time one of them hit 1 billion for me. If you were paying attention during the fight, you can see that some of the big guys were standing there for a very long time. And yeah, I mean, when they're standing there, the support ones really get a chance to do a lot of damage there. And I noticed that Marcus is still up there, but of course we did give nice, sweet new gear to a Christian. So yeah, he's doing very well. You know, for Marcus, I'm probably going to have to give him some ruins or something like that. I mean, the same kind of thing with Evan. It's just at the moment, Marcus does seem to be doing a lot better. Okay, so basically that took care of it for us. But you know what? We have a bunch of hero seals. Not as much as usual, like about 12,000. But, you know, if we can get some other upgrades in there, maybe I can just take off for a long period of time. And I do have the ability to rank up Julian as well. I don't want to waste my too many of my ascension stones, though. We'll have to see. But, I mean, the thing is, we're going to see who it is we can actually do. All right, so let's get going here because we do have a lot of these. All right, and we're just going to breeze through this and point out things that look useful. Okay, I got no... at this point... Oh, Roderick. Oh, we pulled Roderick, too. How very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, because unless there's some reason for, like, maybe in the future, like the Total War, he's not going to see any action anymore. But that's the reason that I resist getting rid of any of the cells for somebody up there. Because we might actually need to rank them up someday. We'll see. Besides, you know, if we end up getting enough to get him to legendary, who knows? We'll have to see about that. Because the thing is, it is easy enough to get someone who's B, like we just did, all the way up to legendary if you have enough of the hero shards. They come a lot easier. Okay, so we got some Anthony, but that's about it so far. It's not working out too well. All right, some more Marcus. I already have enough to get Marcus to 5-star legendary, so it doesn't really matter. It's a matter of, do you want to spend the ascension stones? or even have the Ascension Stones for that. Okay, so we got some more of Marion there. And yeah, Daniel, he's already out. Okay, nothing going on there. Nothing going on there. I would like to do some more upgrades, but so far, I am not seeing... Okay, oh, we pulled Julian. We can already rank him up, too. So we kind of need some more. Okay, we pulled Sophia. We pulled Marcus. And over here, Ryan. Unfortunately, Ryan's been out for a while. And we got some Christian there. So that was a really good one right there. More like that. Okay, so that's, of course, Ryan and, of course, Xavier. I don't know. Should I crank up Xavier? I'm waiting a long time for Adrian. And I see we got some Gabriel down here. Okay, this is the fellow we just... No, that's Carlos. That's Carlos. I'm going to have to check out the rest of the Warriors to see if there's anybody else whom we can reach back and get. All right, so we got some Harold over here. And that's Randolph. That's the guy we just did. I don't think I have enough now to get him up to 5-star, but that's something we might be able to do for the future because it'll probably add an extra second to the stuns when it goes off. The same thing with Leonidas. Okay, we got some Camilla there. All right. Although I have to say, if I had to take somebody out for Gabriel, she might be the one. You know, the thing about it is that Christian does a lot of damage. At the moment, he's my highest level. And we got some more Gabriel here. And we had some Vincent in there. But unfortunately, Vincent for him actually does poisoning, which isn't really very useful. And of course, we got some more Christian there. I forget what it is that she does. But the thing is, we can't take Harold out because Harold actually does. Oh, we just pulled Marion. Couldn't we have done that when we didn't have her? I mean, we would have to do that a lot in order to be able to use her. I mean, a lot. But hey, you know, it's a process. Maybe she's going to pop up more often, right? I'm guessing that was an adjustment they made. All right, so Evan, not really useful. I already have enough of him. All right, but maybe there's going to be a mythic mode someday. All right, so we got some extra Harold, some extra Camilla. Yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't remember, does she poison? Because I know she doesn't do control. Harold does control. And Evan does control. And Marcus does control. So, I mean, if I had to put Gabriel in, she'd probably be the odd person out. All right, we got some more Julian. If we get some more of him. Oh, we got some more Christian. That's good. All right, let's just keep it going here. 2,700 left. All right, we've already advanced and we know... Oh, wow. Actually, I pulled Daniel there. Okay, more Roderick. Sorry, dude. You're out. Enjoy your keep. I think I gave him a keep, didn't I? All right, let's keep it going here. All right, so... Oh, and I got some more Marion. And let's just keep it going here. I'm definitely getting her a lot more than we got when they released it. I'm guessing that maybe it was a rare one in the drop table. But the thing about it is you don't want a rare one popping up. Because first of all, the S's are already rare. Okay, we got some more Anthony over here. So, I mean, she's no good to us unless we can rank her up. And then we got some Lucas over here. I don't know if he'll ever make it back in. I mean, his control is he pushes them back a little bit. That's not really useful. If he pushed them back up like a third of the screen, that would be good. It's just that, who do I take out? All right, let's do some rubies. Not too many. We'll get down to about 30,000 here, right? Okay, nothing there. Maybe we can get some luck going here. Pull some 4-stars. Okay, or pull some, 1 stars, 2 stars, and 3 stars. Okay, and one more. Oh, we got some more Harold. That's interesting. I've gotten Harold a couple of times here. All right, and I think that's going to do. I'm going to save the rest of my rubies for now. All right, let's see what the situation looks like over here. Okay, Camilla can go up, so that's where I'm going to do. What does she do? Oh, she does the fire thing too. Yeah, I mean, she seems to be like almost a carbon copy then of Christian. All right, we'll just rank her up anyway, right? So she's going to be doing more damage while she's still in there. It's just that he's got a 2-star advantage on her. He's been much luckier with pulls. Where is he anyway? Yeah, he's pretty far on his way here to becoming a epic too. So yeah, I mean, he's just getting a lot luckier than the other ones. All right, you know what I'm going to do? It's only going to be this, so I'm just going to rank her up anyway. But I mean, let's face it, we should have to get like at least to epic for us to consider it. And that's going to be a very long time. All right, so she's uncommon now. But I mean, she would be a replacement for Evan, but Evan, of course, is legendary, and we could get him to like 5-star legendary if we wanted. All right, and we can do these guys here. So let's do Julian here. Okay, his own crit. But I don't really care about his damage. I care about this. And now that you look at it, isn't that strange? Yes, the percentage is probably a little bit higher given he's rare, right? I mean, you look at the guy we just did, Randolph, right? He didn't get to 60% until he was epic. When we got into legendary, that's when he got to 70%. But he always had the 3 seconds. And if you look at his guy's last skill, it adds 1 extra second. So he's kind of behind here because we got the 1 second for Randolph when he was a common. We got 2 seconds when he was uncommon. We had 3 seconds at this point. So the thing is, his skills are not as good as the lower level guys. For some reason, they just do it for a lot less, but they have a little bit of a boost in terms of the percentage. But you know what? I'd rather have the long-term stun with the lesser chance of it happening. Because if it does happen, it's a lot more useful, you know? All right, and this, of course, we can get him up here. Okay, he's a 4-star. Okay, his defense penetration. All right, and if we look at his, I mean, he's got 2 seconds and an 80% chance to paralyze. So that one is actually better than Julian's. How much of a... And he gets an extra 1.5 seconds. I mean, to be fair, he actually got to this one where Julian didn't. So he might get like a little increase. I'm guessing it goes up to 70%, but I don't think we'll get an extra second or something out of that because he just seems to be a little bit further behind. Notice, if you look at this one here, that's a 2 there, and this is 1 second. If we go back to Anthony, he's got a 2 here, and it's a 1.5 seconds. So his seem to be better as well, but I mean, this is still good. This is still good, especially if we can rank them up. It's just the S-Class ones are very difficult to rank up. Anyway, I think that's everybody that we're currently using. Sophia could probably make it up a couple of levels. It's just that at the moment, I don't want to spend the Ascension Stones because we kind of blew a bunch of them. Now, I'm wondering, you know what? Why don't we just do this anyway? I'm thinking this will be very useful anyway right here. So if we kick him up, he's probably going to get to 70%. So you know what? Let's do it. All right, so we definitely have a massive increase in control with our 2 buddies here, Leonidas and Randolph. And I don't know if I'm going to have to check out the rest of these guys down here and see if there's somebody who maybe we can do replacements on still. We'll have to see. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. I mean, we could run through the next one and we can just do that. But you know, the problem is when you run into a tough level and you get stuck, when you beat it, you usually go like 20, 30 levels before you have a problem again. So that's the reason I run it over and over again and to see whether or not we can actually just get through it. That's how I did it with the other one. The only change that I made before, since the last video was I got the epic gear and I gave it to, I'm actually having a little bit of trouble there. But they're going to beat it. Yeah, they're going to beat it. No problem whatsoever. All right, confirm that. And yeah, Christian is still on top. That battle didn't have as many individuals in it, so he didn't get as much damage. But you can see Camilla jumped up because we did rank her up. So maybe she's taking the 2nd spot over Marcus now. It's just that Harold and Evan are down here. But then again, their skills do control as well. Evan does the freezing, and I think Harold does the throw them up in the air one. Hold on a minute. I think This one here. And unfortunately, he's only a 1-star. If we could get him over here, we could get a nice upgrade for it. No, he's got 60% paralyzed for 2 seconds. And that's still the uncommon version he has there. And he increases by 2 seconds. His skill is actually really good. If we could actually get... See, I'm really close to being able to rank him up. But that would increase this one, his critical damage, which is actually pretty good. We'd want to get him here so that percentage, and maybe even the seconds would go up. I'm guessing it would just be the percentage, and that this one would increase the length of the stun. Yeah, so Harold's not going anywhere. It's just that maybe if we end up going with Gabriel in the future, I think it might be Camilla who's gone. Because you don't take control out if it's showing up with a lot of damage, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. So we took out Roderick, who is an S-class warrior, and replaced him with Randolph, who's a B-class warrior. We did crank him up to 3-star legendary. But yeah, the control, we saw that in the beginning. I was losing that very badly, and all we did was swap him in, and then we won it. With a good amount left. I think we had like 600,000 or 700,000 health left on the castle. So, I mean, it was a significant gain. If you go back and look at it, you can see that the big guys were just kind of standing around for a long period of time. I'm thinking that was our new friend actually doing the stunning. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya.